So this morning I thought I'd have an idea. I thought I'd do like a documentary on the centre and like panorama. Then I thought, nah, just do a 2 minute video and put it on Facebook and show people around the centre and then give them a brilliant special offer. I'm going to start with our logo. So the logo of the centre, you'll see if you ever looked at it, is an angel, and for good reason. And when I first came here to the centre, I was told this is a portal for angels by an old lady who took me to one side at one of the open days, the very first one we ever had. I never saw her before, I never saw her since, and she said some amazing things. She didn't know anything about me or what was going on in the centre, and everything she said was absolutely accurate. And so the logo for the centre really is an angel. Well, it was an angel before she came and said what she said, but she definitely endorsed it for me. So this is one of the rooms, and all the rooms are really beautiful. So at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a really special offer that we've got for some of the courses. I want to show you some of the things why it's so personal for us here. So this saying, it says, it's easy to stand in the crowd. It takes great courage to stand alone. And that was basically for my dad, who was a postman. And in the 1970s, the postman went on strike. And I remember our dad, people were breaking the picket lines and all kinds of things. And he never slated anyone who broke the picket line. And he just basically said, every man has to answer to himself in the end. And so that little saying really is about me dad. I always thought he showed me something there, He didn't show me a lot of philosophy, but he certainly showed me that actually it's easy to stand in the crowd and it takes great courage to stand alone. So he never joined in with the slating of the people who were, breaking the picket lines and so forth. He just did what he did. And in that respect, he was a very private man, and I respected that. So it taught me something. So I'm going to show you around the centre a little bit. So we've got some great sayings. This one I absolutely love because it's true. Give yourself time to heal. This particular photo of the centre, I had a therapist who came over to me maybe in our second year or second year, and she said, Stuart, there's somebody outside taking photos of the centre. And when I went over to him, they sped off, and she thought it was some kind of surveillance or something like that. Made me laugh, and I didn't know. And then my son presented me with this picture and basically taken a picture of the centre and didn't want me to know, but I found it quite funny really. So yeah, some of these sayings that you can hopefully see. Always believe something magical is about to happen. And this particular one is one of my favourite ones. It says, love is the only true healing balm, apply it where necessary to oneself and others. And a lot of these sayings like this particular one was when my son was ill. And I was holding him in the kitchen thinking, what do I do? What do I do? And I heard this voice, and that's what it said. Love is the only true healing balm, apply it where necessary to oneself and others. And that led me down a different avenue with him for about 7 years. He was ill. And that's where the balms came from, the healing balms that we make. There's a whole story about that. Yeah, I don't know if you can read that. It says, letting go is hard, but sometimes holding on is harder. Learn to forgive again and again and again. And that statement, learn to forgive again and again and again, was the very first thing I heard. When I was 26 and I'd got cancer, I was lying on a yoga mat and I heard this voice and it said just that. So again, that took me down another journey about forgiveness, and probably my interpretation of forgiveness doesn't mean suffer fools gladly, and there's a whole story about that. If you ever come on a stress management course, you can learn a little bit more about that. I taught pranayama yoga for about 10 years at Birmingham University, And part of the philosophy from Sunita Cabral was this. She said, the simple things in your life answer your deepest needs. And I agree, she's right. I like this one because this is apt, I guess, for all of us. In the midst of any difficulty lies a new opportunity. It's good, isn't it? So I'm going to take you into, well, you'll see the crystal bed. It's the crystal bed. And embedded in that is all crystals, hundreds of different crystals. And this particular chair, this was actually the first room that I ever had. It's changed a bit since I had it. It's changed a bit, but this was the very first room I had. And I remember coming in here and there was just such a nice space and something I recognised in the room, really, I guess. And my very first thought was, can I afford it? And then when I made the decision to do that, all kinds of coincidences and synchronicities opened up, still do. So this chair was given to me by a lady called Mary Smith, who I know is on Facebook. And I've had this, well, the centre's been open 10 years. So we've got an open day hopefully coming up when this virus thing's all blown over, which it will. So this chair, she gave it me because I had nothing in here, to be honest with you. I nicked bits out of my house and lamps out of my house and all kinds of things. So still here, Mary, this chair. This was given to me by my sister, Jane, who, when she gave me when I first came here, so very special to me. I like this statement. I don't know if you can see that. It says, too blessed to be stressed. And again, one of my greatest allies, a man called Easton Hamilton, gave me that. So I like it. It's good. And it means a lot to me. So a lot of the ornaments and so forth, again, there's that statement. Love is the only true healing balm, applying where necessary to oneself and others. I'll show you another room or so. And this is my room now. So I had this room probably about 2 or 3 years. So couldn't really afford to have my own room, if I'm honest with you, for the first, 6 years, because you've got to keep the rents up. But I'm lucky I'm been able to have my own room now. So this picture was out of my living room initially, and it was in the very first room. So that comes with me and holds a lot of significance to me. I'm not sure what you think about the picture, but to me, it's just about comfort really, and but I like it. So this is where I began, this picture here. This is Brahma Kumari's Raj Yoga. So that's in here, so that has a real significant meaning to me. A lot of the pictures that I have about light. So got this picture from an artist in Glastonbury. He was an amazing man. You can see this one. And when I got this from Glastonbury as well, it was something in her eyes actually that related to the artist. And I always think when we're doing healing, that picture there of offering comfort and is really what we're attempting to do. Another beautiful thing, a friend of mine, Easton's sister-in-law gave me. So all these things are really important. But I've even got our mum's umbrella here. Look at that. So, some quirky things I know, but they mean a lot, and energetically they mean a lot as well. Photos of Harry Edwards, who I have a great connection with, and thank God. Again, the logos on the wall, and here's something you'll quite like, so I nearly fell over the chair then. It says, it's not what you take from this world, it's what you leave in it that counts. And again, that was a statement Mum said to me years and years ago. She said, son, it's not what you take from this world, it's what you leave in it that counts. And so again, that's honouring my mum in my own way. She started me off in the holistic world, really. I like this one. It says, sometimes you don't always need a plan, sometimes you just need to breathe, trust and let go and see what happens. So we've got a little training course on today, just for one student doing reflexology. This is a nice room. See this couch here? It's about 100 years old. You can see that actually. And there's a lady called Sunita Cabral, who, it's all wood, see? There's a lady called Sunita Cabral who brought pranayama yoga over to the West in the 1950s. And yoga teachers of that generation and before used to not only teach yoga, so they used to do massage and treatments and so forth. And this was her couch. So yeah, it's about 100 years old. Her son's had it for the last 50 years. And he's treated round about probably 60, 70,000 people on this couch. Does an acupressure technique, man called Ken Cabral. But it's the energy of all these things that make a big difference to us. So again, you know, you can tell I like my sayings, and I'll take you through to the last room, and then we're going to give you a special offer. So this is another room that we've got, and again, this chair, when I got it from an auction, it looks like a big boat. It takes up that much space in the room, but I really do love it. So yeah, nice room. So we've got a special offer, and we've got our head tutor here, Jenny, who's going to tell you about that. So Jenny's here, and she's taking precaution for the coronavirus, which we've renamed the coronavirus now, haven't we? Are you okay to take that off? Are you okay to speak to me?
Yeah.
Okay, we've renamed the coronavirus as what? Nice to see you virus. I think that's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
So we'll call it the nice to see you virus. And we've got a special offer, I think, haven't we, coming up next week?
We have. We've got our Thai-seated massage, which is a lovely massage. And instead of £140, we're doing it for £99. But obviously you need to book on this week.
And we're going to give people some special gifts.
Yeah, we've got some special gifts.
Yeah, we've got hand wash.
So we're going to be very, very careful.
Yeah.
We have
And
we've got some toilet roll.
yeah, there you go, Jenny.
Thank you very much.
Yes, that's excellent. Okay. So, okay.
Oops. That one's gone.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So, nice to be with you, our virus, that's what we're going to call it.
Yeah, see how much I can do.
Yeah.
See how many people are going to come on the course.
Well, you know, this is a great thing. If you come on this special offer, and we're serious about the special offer, it's £99 instead of £140. You will also get one of Jenny's toilet rolls and a hand wash. What do you think, Jenny? How many shall we give them? And how many sheets are on these rolls? Because they look...
Just get a couple each.
Couple each?
Sheets.
Sheets?
Not rolls.
Not roll. You're not giving them the whole roll?
No, not
Okay.
You've got to be a bit careful.
Okay, so if you book on to the Thai seated, which is next Saturday, with our head... Next Sunday with our head tutor, and I'm going to pop a number so you can book on, and a link after this. You can get a hand wash and two sheets of toilet roll. How fantastic is that? Birmingham Holistic Health Centre, quite unlike any other centre you've been to before.